What's going on, people, and welcome back to Total Spurs. And before we get into it, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below on what you're feeling about what we talk about today. And before we get into it, Delane, how are you, bro?
Yeah, good man. Transfer window's cooking at the moment for us. Yeah, I'm pretty good, pretty happy.
Yeah, it's kind of exciting. As a Tottenham fan at the moment, we've signed. It's three players, but looks like we've signed four players, and it's not. It's only the 4th or 3rd of July as we speak.
hmm
As people don't know, might not know, Kulusevski was signed on a 25 million euro deal from Juventus. We saved 5 million on that. James Madison has come in for 40 mil plus add-ons from Leicester. We got
Vicario.
Vicario. I think it was 17 million from
Mm, Empoli.
Empoli, and we have just signed Manuel Solomon from Shakhtar Donetsk for a free. He was on loan to Fulham last year, and we'll get into Solomon. Delane, how are you feeling about this transfer, this free transfer that I saw? I saw. I didn't even see it; like it just came out of nowhere for me.
Um, well, I've seen it a few times on Twitter, but I don't think it was going to be true. But now it's pretty much confirmed that it is true that we have got him. So, look, I'm not going to say that I'm happy about it. Like, I do have my bits and R's about him. Like, yeah, for what I see, I didn't watch Fulham too much, but for what I saw at Fulham, he was decent. He had a decent run of games, but then he kind of just slowly went off a little bit. I think he, I think he, I think he had an injury. I think he had an injury problem, and he slowly fell off. So I mean, look, it's a backup to Sun, but is it the right backup? Like I would have preferred Harvey Barnes, but I think Leicester offering too much for him. So I mean, look, this is probably the next solution is a Solomon. So, um, yeah, look, I'm confident that Ange could do something with him. He's young. He's only 23. So I mean, Ange could probably really do wonders with him. So look, we just have to see what happens. He's on a free, 4 goals, 19 games in the Prem. So I mean, he could play winger. I think they were saying he could play in attacking midfield, but I don't really see him as
I
an
think it's
attacking
more
midfield.
like an inside forward kind of thing. If
Like a centre
people,
forward, like a centre
Oh, I
forward
wouldn't say
kind of.
centre forward. I'd say inside forward. So kind of like what Sonny plays. Like, look, you make great
Yeah.
points. I didn't watch Solomon at all last year. I'll be honest. He is 23. He is young. He is free. So it looks like a kind of Levy buy. If you look at it on the top, it could be an Ange Postecoglou buy
Mm,
because Vicario was the same thing. Came out of nowhere. Boom, signed,
mm,
sealed, delivered. For me,
mm,
I wanted Barnes too, but you're right. Maybe the idea of playing second fiddle to Son might not be what Barnes wants. He is a good
yeah.
player. He should be starting, but if he wants to play with the big boys, he needs to realize that he has to compete for his position, and that's what I really wanted for Son this year. I don't feel like
Yeah.
Son's ever had to compete for his position. Hill doesn't
Yeah.
play on that side because we play inverted wingers. So he's never been challenged by anyone really on that side. Maybe Perisic you can say, but I mean Perisic
Mm,
is another like beast that we have to handle and get rid of. But
yeah.
look, I'm quite underwhelmed. I kind of want a Barnes. I'm hearing. I don't know if it's true, but I think Wilfred Zaha might be on a free from Crystal Palace. I'm not sure. But
Yeah, I
for
heard
me,
something
I
along
think,
that.
or
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
might be at the end of this season. I'm not sure. But if he was on a free, I'd like as much as his wages would be high. I mean, he wouldn't have he would like to have a crack at the top six, top four, getting that kind of
Mm,
caliber. But my information might be wrong. But look, I'm not going to doubt the kid. He looks very quick, very good with his feet. Kind of what Ange wants. Can play probably across the front three. I think mainly on the left though. So I'm all for it if he pushes Sonny to be the best he can be because Son was poor last year.
yeah.
Um, but down to another signing. Well, it's not really a signing. It's just paying his release clause. Pedro Porro is now an official Tottenham player. No Sporting Lisbon in the background.
Yeah.
Um, I think this is a good deal. However, I don't think it's the deal we all think it is. I think he should be going forward, competing with Kulu on that right hand side. I know he's not an inverted, but when we push Kulu in to the middle back end of the season, in the last few games, he didn't look natural in there, but I felt like Kulu could do a bit more in that middle, and I'm happy to have Porro on that right. if it means that Kula can move central, or if we need a change, if Kula doesn't cross as much as what Porro probably does. Porro has a great whip, a great cross, can find Harry Kane. He's done it a couple of times already, and he's a set piece taker too. So him and Madison will be sitting over that ball instead of Kane and Dyer. How do you feel about Pedro Porro? Or Sonny?
Yeah. Yeah, look, I think it's a no steal. I think it's a no-brainer. I think Pedro Porro, obviously when he first came in, his first game against Leicester, he got torn up by Harvey Barnes. But other than that, he has slowly improved himself. Defensively, look, he still needs to work a bit on the defense. I just don't think he's a defensive-minded player, but he's very attacking. So I mean, look, it's a no-brainer. I think 40 mil for Pedro Porro, his payout release clause. Look, it's a great deal. I think Ange could do something with it. I think you're right. I think he has to play off more forward behind. Maybe rotate with Kulu instead of playing that right back, because he is going to find himself in difficult positions if he does play that right back position. I think you should just leave that to Emerson, or maybe a Spence, because I think Spence is kind of the same as well. So look,
I think Spencer's a bit defensively better than Porro. Porro does not know how to defend that guy.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a bit worried about signing him when we don't play a formation with the back five. He played okay with Royal behind him, but it's more of it's Ange's system. It's a bit different to what we used to. So maybe Porro might even be able to do what Walker used to do. He's not that pacey, but because Walker had pace, but. You never know. He might have had some off-season defensive training, and it might come back better as a defender.
Yeah. No, you're right. But look, I think Porro probably maybe playing like further up the pitch, he's a lot better. I know he's got a great cross on him. He was finding Kane in certain positions. And also he was taking shots too. So I mean, yeah, look, it's definitely a good buy. So yeah, but I'm looking forward to what he can bring. This season.
Yeah, well, speaking of defenders, we finally might be getting rid of some. We've been ragging on about it for the last 2-3 weeks as the transfer window has started. We need to get rid of these defenders that we have: Dyer, Sanchez, Davies.
Can't get rid of Dyer. I think Dyer's staying. Yeah, I think he's
we won't talk about Dyer too much because everyone seems to be talking about Dyer. But looks like Sanchez might be on his way out now. I know there was people saying that maybe he might be able to suit Ange's system. However, Galatasaray from the Turkish league has come in with a €9 million bid, but Tottenham are holding out for 15 million euros. I think it's a bit far-fetched. We just need to get the numbers off the table. However, if Levy can get an extra 6 mil for this guy, I'm not going to complain. But I don't really need to ask you if this is a deal we should be taking, because I know how you feel about Sanchez. But D, do you think this is a good deal?
Well, I mean, 9 mil, I think he's only worth that, to be honest. I don't think he's worth 15. Not a chance.
Like I said,
15.
If Levy can get 15, mate, get 15.
Yeah, but do you really reckon he's worth 15? I don't think he's even worth 9, to be honest. I reckon he's like probably a 6 mil player.
I just don't think the league suits him. To me, it doesn't suit him. He's not physical enough. He makes too many mistakes.
Well, when he came from Ajax, like everyone was kind of hyping him up, like he's kind of been the next Ledley King and all that stuff. I think first game he played alright, but then after that he just fell off. Like he just fell right off. Vertonghen and Alderweireld were just overtaking him all the time in that position. So I mean, yeah, look, I'm hoping we get him out. Like even if just get rid of him for like 11 mil, I wouldn't be too disappointed. But
yeah, it's not a bad shout. Actually, it's not a bad shout. Meet in the middle.
11, me in the middle with them. No, don't try and push it too much, because they're just gonna. Levy will try to do that. He'll try to push it to where it's gonna collapse, and then he'll just go, okay. We'll go back. We'll back off a bit. So I mean, you gotta kind of be in the middle with it. Like if he's a defender we want to get out, we have to get him out. So I mean, you gotta be in the middle. So maybe even 11 and 12 mil for him. I'll seriously. If they offer 12 mil, I'll say, yeah, take him. Seriously, just take him. So,
good call.
Look, yeah, we just got to keep our fingers crossed that he's a defender, that he goes out and we get another one in. So, yeah.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for. Him going and the likes of Tapsoba or Van der Ven coming through the other way. Now we're not going to go for too much longer, guys. We're going to try and make these videos a bit shorter. Last on the agenda is Ryan Sessegnon. Nottingham Forest have shown interest. No official bid or amount has been spoken about, but I mean they like taking our ex wingers. You know they've got Serge or they had Serge last season, and they're looking at getting Ryan Sessegnon. Is this a deal for the right amount? I think we can get 15 or 20 mil from him from Nottingham. I think they're quite desperate. We paid close to 50 for him. So getting just under half, do you think that's worth it considering how poor Ryan Sessegnon has been for us?
Well, I know you're a fan of him. I know
I
you're a
used
big
to be. I think there's a
yeah,
bag of talent, but I just think the bus has missed this kid. It's like with Troy Parrott. I love Troy Parrott. I loved him. You know, I thought he was a Harry Kane regen, but I think the bus has missed it. He's missed the
yeah,
bus.
yeah. Nah,
And I
you're right.
think
You're right.
Sess is the same. I think there was so much hype with him when he was young, playing feather forward. I just think us as a club has managed him poorly, but I also think he's managed himself poorly, and I don't
Yeah,
think he's taken his opportunities.
yeah. Well, it's kind of like a Deli Alley at the moment, but look, Cess, I think where they Forest play, I think it will suit him. I think they do play a five, or yeah, I think they do play the five at the back. So I mean, he is trained in the left wing back. So I mean, and we don't play that anymore under Ange. So I mean, I'm hoping Forest come in and get him. I think he deserves a maybe a move, maybe to reignite his career again. So I mean, look, if Forest are coming in for him, yeah, I reckon he's worth about uh, maybe I reckon maybe even 14 mil. Maybe 14,
I'm being
15
a bit
mil.
ambitious. I'm trying to get some money because if you think about it, we sell Cesc and Sanchez. It's pretty much all the money for Van der Ven. Like
Yeah,
realistically, we can get rid of two people that we're not going to play, and we can go and get Mickey Van der Ven,
yeah.
and that's
We got
without getting tap sober.
yeah. Well, getting Mickey Vanderman will help us a lot too because he can play left back as well. So I
Mm.
mean, he can play left and
Well,
left
I
centre
think
back.
we're covered. For me this year, I think it's Regulon and Adoji on the left. Fucking can't remember his name. Royal and Spence on the right. So you got two older players with two younger players, both around the same age, and then you have Porro push up with Kulu, with this Solomon. Porro and Solomon are kind of the same age, same kind of attributes. Sun and Kulu, like for me, and then you got Richarlison and Kane. Like for me, it's quite balanced at the moment. If we do get at the moment, we just need those centre backs. And for me, I'd get both Tapsoba and Mickey van der Ven. I'd either rotate the three of them, Romero, van der Ven, and Tapsoba, if we did get both of them, and then maybe one more young centre back at the end of the
Well,
window to kind of complete it, unless we give Dye another contract. Which
I'm gonna add to this video quickly. Apparently, there's talks that Barcelona come out and said they're gonna either terminate Longley's contract and we're gonna sign him. Apparently, that's
I don't want him if he's not what who Ange wants. If he's Ange's system, he needs quick centre backs, and Langley's is slower than Dyer, and Dyer
hundred
is like a
percent,
turning truck. So,
hundred
um,
percent, 100%. But
I mean, we'll have to
that,
wait and see. We don't know
we'll have
what's
to wait and see.
happening.
But yeah, look,
Um,
on Cess, I think Nottingham Forest would be a good option for him to reignite his career.
yeah, well, Winks has gone to Leicester. That's
Mm,
probably going to be the final point before we end this video. Good luck to Winks. I think it's an
100%.
8 to 9 mil, rising up to 14, depending on if he gets them back into the Premier League. I know there's a lot of people that's contradicting, saying, oh, he's not a club legend. Why should we thank him? The kid's been here since he was 8. He deserves to have a goodbye by the club. I'm not saying he was a club legend. There was a lot of things he did wrong. He did look like the future mini English Iniesta when he first broke through. But good luck to Harry Winks. Hope he does well at Leicester. And I hope he gets back to the form that he started to show, a bit like Dele Alli. He's kind of fallen off the face of the earth. But that's my last message. You got anything else to add before we end this video?
Nah, man. I think we pretty much covered it all. But yeah, look, we just need those centre backs. That's all. I'm going through the whole Twitter thing. We need centre backs. I'm gonna say it right now. And yeah, but and also that make sure you like and subscribe to our channel as well. And
Yeah, guys, make sure you're hitting that like up and that subscribe button. And also the comments. Make sure you're hitting the comments up. Let us know how you feel.
Please do.
And, like and subscribe to the channel as always. Stay Spursy.
Stay busy.